Argentinians, what do you want to try and do? I think you want to try and freeze the net man. That should be their goal. They're not going to out-rally from the back of the court. So it's how do they try and impose their double skills against two great singles players who are looking to combine to play great tennis on a doubles court. Well, they didn't find it easy last year. I mean, there was a big difference, wasn't there, with Djokovic on the doubles court than Sinner on the doubles court. Sinner, I thought, adapted really well last year. And he's a better player now than he was a year ago.
Yeah, Maximo Gonzalez at 41 years of age, I think I'm right in saying is the oldest squad member of any of the 8 squads this week. I'll have to double check that, but fairly certain he's the oldest.
He was a very good singles player, though.
Yeah.
He was a top 100 singles player. What was he, around sort of 70, I believe, was potentially a career high for him.
Yeah, 58 in fact, back in 2009, so as Barry said, this guy's got some pedigree.
But I wouldn't have thought he's 58 on a quick indoor court. I would have put more of it 58 on a clay court. But, well, it's up for grabs. And certainly at the start of the day, if you said to Argentina, you're going to be 1-1 going to the doubles, they would have absolutely gone for that.
Totally. And then gamble to switch things up and leave out Echeverry, who, as you said, probably on this surface, well, outside of Cerundolo on this surface would be the #2 player, you would think, but they left him out. They sacrificed Baez to an extent in that second singles match, and they have got themselves into this position. Just waiting for the players, expected to walk on in a couple of minutes from now, I think. I'm sure Sinner will be raring to go once again.
Sorry, Nick, it's going to be rocking, isn't it? When they walk on, there's something magic about the doubles.
Certainly is, and it's played its part again, isn't it? Not just here, but in September as well. They actually won a very important doubles. I mean, we feel like we said that a lot, but they won a couple of important doubles matches this year at Molteni and Gonzalez. They won one in Manchester to beat the Finns. That was complete the 3-0 win, which then effectively took them through. And of course, they won one in February as well to get them up in that win over the Kazakhstan, but it was so narrow and so important. Been a very busy few days here, because yesterday, of course, not only did we have Davis Cup, but we had the Billie Jean King Cup going on as well. The Italians lifting the title there once again.
Here we've got Netherlands and Germany tomorrow in the bottom half.
Yeah, expecting a good presence from Dutch fans, aren't we, for that one? Going to be a really good atmosphere. They came in their numbers to support against Spain on Tuesday evening here. Really added to the atmosphere, I thought.
Yeah. What did 1,000 Dutch fans do the last couple of days?
Well, I don't know,
Hit
but maybe the Carota boys could just give them their orange outfits and just, I mean, it's a perfect fit, right? Just leave them in the seats where they are if they're at that end.
Yeah. I'm sure they partied hard into the night Tuesday evening.
Yeah, absolutely right. Paul Hives has got a very good squad. Anders Sandskog and Wes Koolhof, of course, who played instrumental role in getting them over the line. Talon Griekspoor, their #1. Probably you have to say the Dutch. Are they favourites tomorrow, the Dutch, to win that semi-final?
Do you know what? I probably should have done, but I hadn't actually given it much thought, because you sort of zoned in on the quarterfinals. But you know, just sort of thinking off the top of my head, I think what I saw in the first matches, I think I'd probably give the edge to Struff. I think. I'm not so sure Griekspoor, the way he played a good first set. But I think the highs of Struff, and then in the second singles, I think I've got to go with Anders Sandskog. Yeah, personally.
Yeah.
Would you?
I think so.
Yeah.
And the doubles, well, with Putz and Kravitz.
Yeah.
Red hot right now, running into. That could be anything, couldn't it?
I would probably go with right now Putz and Kravitz, I think.
That's to be decided tomorrow. Meanwhile, we've got business to sort here this evening. We are moments away now from the players making their way out here into this fabulous arena. Interesting to hear Sinner talk about how intimate it was as well in the interview, how much he enjoys playing here. Really has been a perfect host, isn't it, over the last 3 years, this Martin Carpena arena, just on the outskirts of Malaga. Beautiful city it is as well. If you're ever considering a trip down here, it is well worth your time, I can tell you. It is a stunning city. There's a lot of investment in it over the last decade.
Yeah, we very much enjoyed our time last year and also this year. It's kind of, you know, if you like the beach and you like your golf and you like your tennis, what a mix you've got.
The chair umpire for this match will be Mr. Carlos Bernardes, and let's remind that we have 8 finalists and just 1 trophy.
We certainly do. And this team it was last year that walked away with that trophy.
Welcome to the World Cup of Tennis!
Let's welcome the first team. Damos la bienvenida a los jugadores de Italia.
They've gone with their big guns. We thought they might. 2 of the biggest servers in the game.
Berrettini and the team captain Filippo Volandri.
Y ahora, señoras y señores, Málaga, con todos vosotros, Argentina.
Huge day for these 2 men.
Con todos vosotros, ya están aquí.
They've had a good partnership over the years. And this might be one of the biggest matches they've ever played together, Barry.
Yeah, and they are playing currently the best player on the planet.
Worth remembering, of course, at the Olympic Games this year, of course, they drew Nadal and Alcaraz in round 1, so that was a pretty big occasion for them, and this, I'm sure, matches that as we head into the last match of the quarterfinals. And we have still got plenty at stake.
2 nations that have played some of the biggest finals in football. Great rivalry. And you've got a contrast here. You've got 2 double specialists against 2 great singles players.
I guess for the question. After the coin toss, can you guys face there and there for the picture after the coin toss? Same conditions in the previous round. Towels on all 4 corners with the flags. We use electronic line calling live, and that's it. Questions? Nope. Okay, you guys want to choose a trophy or Davis Cup? Trophy for them. Okay, all yours. Davis Cup. Receive. Receive. Serve this side. Picture facing both sides. Both sides, yep. This side now.
Grand occasion set here. And a quarter-final that is still on the line. It'll be Italy that will return first. Nick Lester alongside Barry Cowan. Looking forward to what's to come here. Sinner's been a winning machine. And he'll look to try and get Italy to a date with Australia in what would be a repeat of last year's final. Good season for Matteo Berrettini, isn't it? Won a lot of matches, of course. That nice period in the summer where he was able to win in the Swiss Alps, wasn't he, in Gstaad, then back it up nicely, put a fair few points on the board. He's had the odd injury again to contend with, though. But how would you summarise his season?
Exceptional, given where he was, to be able to, was it 3 titles that he won, and some of the biggest matches he played great against Sinner at Wimbledon. That was a really tough battle in 4. Look at some of the recent matches. He played well in Shanghai. You see that good performance in the Davis Cup. But, he did talk at Shanghai about the frustration that he had. I think it might have been Vienna. Sort of the frustrations he's had with him being sort of stop-start, and actually becomes a little mentally draining when you're having to go through all that rehab. But I think when he was here last year as a big supporter of the Italian team, that this is what he would have dreamt for, to be in this type of atmosphere. I'm sure he would have been disappointed he didn't get the nod for the singles, but he can make himself a hero in the next couple of hours, as can the 2 Argentinians.
Yeah, here's Maximo Gonzalez, who's 41 years of age, actually teamed up with his partner towards the end of the 2022 season. That was the first time they certainly played together in this spell. They actually won Gijón right off the bat, and that'll form a nice partnership, won't it? And they're able to be consistent. They qualified for the Tour Finals, let's not forget, last year. Not this time around, but they're a formidable pair. Yeah,
and just looking at it, actually his titles, Maximo Gonzalez, he's won 19 titles. That was the only indoor hard court title he has won. He's won a couple of indoors, but they have been on the clay in Brazil. So you would say that they rely more on sort of slower conditions where they like to use the lob quite a bit. Well, not easy to use the lob if you're playing on a quick indoor court against 2 guys that are hitting 140-mile-an-hour serves.
Yeah, they did make the final in Shanghai. Recent form, that's been certainly the best run in recent months. The indoor season was a bit slim on victories, but that run in Shanghai was an excellent one. They beat Belelli, Vavasori. I don't know if that came into the equation as well. They beat Pavlicek and Roger, and they lost to Kohoff and Mektic in that final. So that, of recent months, was their best result.
Yeah, just for the record, actually, that they've played 3 times this year. Vavasori, Belelli, and Gonzalez Molteni. 2-1 to Gonzalez Molteni. I don't know, do captains take that into account? You kind of got to, haven't you?
I think you have, yeah, absolutely. Well, Sinner, last year, as Barry referenced, came here for the doubles, having won his singles against Djokovic. He then beat Ian Lorenzo Sonego, of course, beat Djokovic, and memory served, it was Kecmanovic, wasn't it? I think on that day in the semi-finals to set them on their way.
I think in terms of the returning, you look at obviously the big strong point for the Italians is Sinner. He is playing on the juice side, so for Berrettini, he will obviously take the majority, if they have any, of the break points. And I think for Berrettini, I don't actually remember if I've ever seen him. I certainly haven't commentated on him in doubles. But, I mean, it's get the return in play and then try and hit forehands.
Yep.
I mean, it's Jack Sock-like, isn't it?
Very much so. And that's where actually playing off that side will enable him to hopefully do that as much as he can, because he plays so much of his tennis on a singles court in that corner anyway.
Yeah. no doubt that if you're the Argentinians, it's just try and win that first point. Well, the double specialist won earlier. Well, that unfair on Jordan Thompson, but you know what I mean. The doubles pick won this afternoon against the two singles players for Americans.
Sinner's last doubles outing was in Canada this summer, where he teamed up alongside Jack Draper. To win a couple of matches there before withdrawing. But, he's only played 4 doubles events all year, which is pretty much what you'd expect for someone who's won as many matches in singles. So Italy and Argentina coming down to the doubles. It's been a drama-filled week in Malaga, and so it continues.
Gonzalez, Argentina.
Gonzalez to get the last match in the quarterfinals underway. When you look at this as well, is obviously Sinner's going to return a lot of balls, so sure the plan as well is to try and unsettle Sinner to an extent, isn't it, from his return perspective? You don't want him being in a rhythm, do you?
Absolutely, great point, Nick. And you know, when he's playing singles, he knows where he needs to put the ball, middle of the court. Not many players serve and volley, but in doubles, that's a totally different skill set. And it was interesting that the first return he went, after the net first serve, he went line. The next shot he had on the return, he went line. I felt last year he's got good instincts for doubles, Sinner. I mean, for me, the Italians are going to win. It's going to come down to Berrettini. Can he make enough returns? The Argentinians, you know they're going to put in the performance.
That low enough is what made it tricky.
Also, early on, the Italians, one up, one back in the return. They're not both standing on the baseline.
Certainly space for Gonzalez to exploit. He wasn't able to provide the field necessary. A little tricky, but Argentina secure the opening game.
A good solid opening game. They know how to do the basics very well. Well, you would expect that given the fact that they play together week in, week out. There is Francisco Cerundolo. What a performance he put in.
There's Molteni, who's younger than his partner. Still plenty of experience, 36 years of age, is Andreas.
Setup. 15 live.
That's what he's looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be the
15 all.
more of the difficult side if they can, for Berrettini. He can get it into his backhand. We all know that's his weakest shot. I almost feel, why wouldn't you play the Australian actually? So Sinner actually plays that, stands that side.
Yeah. Too much of a swing. Hasn't played any doubles.
Well, that highlights by he hasn't played doubles, because good doubles players are going back down the middle with that volley. But certainly, third point, opening service game.
Gracias.
Far away. Would have been an awkward volley, awkward early test of Sinner.
30 goles, 30 all.
Berrettini's win-loss percentage in singles this year, though, has been outstanding. In fact, it's one of the best on the tour this year. In terms of matches won by matches lost, it's been a good season for him.
Auspicious start this from Berrettini.
Jugadores listos, gracias.
So fascinating because there's no hidden secret. Great serve out wide, break point down. Well, that's his go-to play. Then they can bring in the forehand. Do you feel Sinner could just stand a yard to his right here, this side? It's almost like he said, I'm not going to be eaten by the down the line, but great doubles players. You kind of got to almost at times give them the line, because the middle is where the net player has to control the point.
That is a man who's looking to be involved.
And there's the difference. Look where he's positioned, Molteni. He wants it, not just happy with the first. He's anticipating where the second one's going. This has been a really good start. They're creating the early pressure on Berrettini's serve.
of first serves he's making in this game, and it's needed to as well.
But it is one of the best first serves in the game.
Very interesting, actually, to hear Claudio Pistolesi speak earlier on about Berrettini's run at Wimbledon, wasn't it? And how he felt that helped a lot of Italian players to believe they could play well on quicker courts. Whether that's the case, I don't know, but he certainly felt that was instrumental in allowing the Italians to have a bit more belief in.
Yeah. That's a great journey up the rankings, because he wasn't very good as a junior.
No, really wasn't.
I think he was even rejected, wasn't he, for American college?
He was. They couldn't sell him. Oh, what a reaction.
Oh, that'll do him with a world of good, as it would the last game to come through. Bound to have a few early nerves. Totally understandable. Sharp with the reflexes. Unbelievable dig.
Well off the return, didn't he? The serve was a good one, but he neutralised it nicely.
Here's trouble. Love 30, serving to Sinner. Feels like the odds here are into the body, doesn't it? Saw Sinner go line first game.
You called it, and he delivered.
Again, I think it's that situation. You've just got to play the percentages. If you get the accuracy on the serve, then you hope that your net player can take over. And that's why, as a pair, they're combining to know where the serve is going to go with that first serve. Surely this is going into the backhand, isn't it?
Inspirational. What a return. I'm not even sure he can believe it was that good.
No, but just the way he hits the backhand, I think he feels more comfortable going line than he would cross. And it's a big open space for Berrettini. What a game this has been. Going for the surprise element here into the forehand. Maybe making him chip the forehand.
He's sticking with the I formation in this game. It's not a massive serve, is it? So therefore, the target has to be spot on. He has to hit the spot well, because it's not a frightening serve, is it? In terms of pace and movement.
No, but Gonzalez is good at the net. He's quick at the net.
Yep, which he has to be, right?
Yeah. You've got to be brave. But, obviously, the sort of the modern way in doubles is to get with your nose practically over the net.
takes himself out of some difficulties in that game. That's an impressive hold. And an early boost for the Argentines.
La selección española de tenis.
Battle lines drawn here. And Malaga. A couple of chances that the Italians were not able to convert on. Sinner will be the last of the quartet to serve.
Game set 15 block.
Devastating his serve has been, you'd expect Berrettini to get a fair few of those sort of opportunities.
A couple of points, just seeing where he's standing, Berrettini, and yeah, he's very happy to take the middle. It's not easy to find the target down the line against big first serves.
Oh! It's the fourth different partner, interestingly, that Sinner's played with in Davis Cup in a relatively short period. Played with Fanini a couple of times, Bolelli, and of course Sonego last year. Execution. Berrettini started well.
Yeah, and it was important for the Italians that he did start well. You know, Sinner said in the interview with me after the match that, you know, different conditions, so it's not easy to make that adjustment. So he's had the advantage, what, over an hour of singles play. Berrettini, we will be pleased with the opening 8 minutes.
Mention of Fabio Fanini. Actually playing a challenger, would you believe, on Italian soil this week. He's not giving up the ghost, is he? Mind you, you could play a challenger most weeks in Italy.
Have to stick your volleys against Sinner. Can't just feed it, and actually the pace of the return meant that he had a strong wrist and got good purchase on that forehand volley, Gonzalez.
back a fraction, didn't he? Off the return, Sinner, positionally. Give himself a little bit more time. Paid off.
30-15. Forty, 15.
Of 18 first serves that they've made so far. Argentina.
That had a fair bit of movement to it as well. Correa liked it. His team hold on to their lead here. 3-2, opening set. So, Matteo Berrettini deliver. That was a good move. He looked a little reluctant to make it, Sinner, initially, didn't he? He got there with some purchase in the end. It's just those instincts, isn't it? That sometimes the singles players don't always have in terms of looking for the ball on a doubles court. It's intuitive.
Yeah, that's the word, isn't it? Because everything's just automatic, and especially when you've done the amount of winning that Sinner's done on the singles court. I mean, it's almost the case he doesn't need to think against Sebastian Baez, but, you know, he does have to think a little bit more about this type of play where he's putting the return. Still feel he can stand further over to the middle. I mean, have they gone line yet? They haven't, have they?
Berrettini's hitting a good number of first serves, so the chances of them getting a good quality return in are pretty low right now.
So really, it's trying to take away that one chance, and that might come in the tie-break if we get there. You kind of keep your powder dry. If you're Argentinians, you keep that line return up your sleeve.
Any return would have been good in that game.
Yeah. I don't think they got on the strings, did they? A phenomenal 14 of 18 first serves from Berrettini and Sinner, excuse me, as a partnership.
Return for Sinner to hit, isn't it? An off backhand from there, given where Gonzalez is as well.
And in singles, that's a good return.
Yeah.
In doubles, requires different type of target to hit. I don't think he's going to close the net down when Berrettini's got this shot, Nick. Not surprising to see it back off.
15 all.
This hospital is not too far away.
Flapped at that one rather. Good coverage from the Argentines.
It was the first volley, really. Should have done more with the good return from Sinner.
Doesn't that take too many seconds? And he's made a mess of that one. Sinner's been a bit cool in return so far.
I'm just wondering whether it's a good idea for Berrettini to stand back.
That's what he's going to do.
He should do better there, but I will say, because of Gonzalez so far in this match of being good at the net, he's making Sinner think.
Slightly off-pace serve, it looked as well, didn't it? Fraction slower than a few of the first he's hit. Berrettini not able to convert, having had a look at a second. The Argentines are holding strong so far. In half an hour in.
Ponga todo su empeño. Respete al adversario, al que está enfrente, al que lleva dentro. Redefina las líneas en cada pista. Encuentre en la adversidad el auténtico valor de la victoria.
Not a full house, almost 9,000 people inside this wonderful setting here in Malaga tonight. Sinner being made to wait as Gonzalez just taking his time to come out.
Light. Primer service.
Berrettini at the end of the row there. He's ever present really on the tour these days. There's an Italian playing.
Well, no one knows Berrettini better really than Berrettini.
Berrettini ended his partnership with Vincenzo Santapadre a year or so ago now. For some new ideas.
He was with Francisco Roig, wasn't he, for a period of time before they went their separate ways.
40-0.
Italians holding consistently. What's the number of points lost on serve so far?
Well, first of all, 81% first serves in. That's brilliant. And they've lost just 2 points on first serve and just a couple on the second as well. But I don't think he's really found his returning magic yet, Sinner. Again, it's a lot harder because you don't hit as many returns as you would in singles. You don't get the same rhythm. Hit fewer balls.
It sets the tone for the game.
Well, it was brilliant from Gonzalez. It was brilliant as well from Berrettini. This particular lob was just placed to perfection. And as soon as it went over Molteni's head, Sinner charged forward.
It hanging, and Sinner was going to capitalise on it.
They're on the charge. Second time they found themselves at love 30. And that last time at love 30, they went into the body with the first serve.
Light. First service.
Well, the return was far from clean, but what followed up was lethal.
So difficult to deal with that shot if you're Gonzalez, and then there's only going to be one outcome if Sinner's got time on that forehand.
3 break points for the Italians.
Grazie.
Going wide.
It flicked off Molteni's racket, and the first break goes the way of the Italians.
I'm pretty sure it was going wide. Got a good view of it. Not from here. Our commentary box is right behind it. I don't think Gonzalez could believe it. I think he thought he might have won the point, but just clipped. Better idea on this one, I think.
Yeah, and he's committed. You can't certainly argue with that.
No.
He's committed to try and get the ball here. He's done well off that one.
Oh, that's going well wide, isn't it?
I think so. Italians in full voice because it's first blood to the men in blue. It's key doubles. Serving for the set. Just get the sense Molteni's been a little disturbed after that last point. A bit of frustration showing, emanating from him for the first time.
Now 9 points in a row. Most important game of the set for Italians was Berrettini's opening service game. Just a little bit edgy, as you can understand, starting off to face the break point, but a good strong point to stay in that service game. Nick, they've hardly missed a first serve since.
Yeah. Devastating with the deliveries. They have got 3 set points. A fearsome forehand, a trademark one from Matteo Berrettini, puts the seal on the set and puts Italy in command as they look to reach the last 4. 6 first.
Well, that was a good set of tennis from Gonzalez and Molteni. Berrettini and Sinner got the sledgehammer out. Heavyweight contest there from the Italians. The power that they bring to the court. Some unbelievable serving, 76% first serves in. Barely lost a point. Was it just 2 on their first serve, just 2 on their second serve? And then as the pressure built, they broke crucially at 4-all. I think if you Gonzalez and Molteni just stay in there, do what they do in the first.
Spent a lot of time away from the court, Matteo Berrettini, over the last couple of years, and you do sense, whenever I watched him play this year, there feels like an urgency to make up for that lost time a little bit, and that's been the case out here today because he's had a starring role so far. Argentines, and we'll start the second. Berrettini did get a taste of it here last year, didn't he? He wasn't in the squad, he was on the periphery. He came as a fan, effectively, didn't he?
And he showed his commitment to the team. He played well in September. He's played well this year when he's been fit. Absolutely performed in that opening set. It wasn't that they did much wrong. He's returned as well as Sinner, I think. Yeah.
He's made as many, hasn't he, as Sinner has. Needed a good start to the second, and they've got it. I wonder if you haven't been to the Davis Cup website, do head there and you can participate in the World Tennis Predictor Game. It's a new initiative. Some points to be had and surprises to be had as well. You've got to make sure that you are predicting the outcome of some of these ties. Could look into your crystal ball if you can do that. See how you get on. Look at the leaderboard, but I can see your name anyway. Maybe you're on the second page, Baz.
Just take offence to that. I told you after my prediction to see who I thought was going to win my tip. headmaster's office.
Okay. Interesting thing this week with all 8 teams. There was a case to be made for all 8 teams, wasn't there? There wasn't really necessarily any one or two that you felt were kind of outsiders. Yes, of course, there's some were stronger than the others, but it was an even field this week.
Very much so, and especially with the format the way it is now. Just need 2 matches to win. No guarantee it's going to, well, start of the week I think the stronger half was the top half, but there's no guarantee the winner's going to come from that half.
Oh. 11 of the world's top 30 are actually here this week in Malaga. Singles players, that is.
That's so good from Gonzalez. Moving at exactly the right time. Sinner's committing to this forehand, but he's on the prowl.
Yeah, and the important part of that point is the length that Molteni gets on his forehand, because it's then difficult for Sinner to have the time to change direction, isn't it? So he's got to kind of go back cross.
Yeah. Yeah, what that also does is the next time Sinner might be thinking, okay, I might need to go line, and that's where the very best doubles players will get in your head. He might fake, look like he's moving, and then stay. To look out for. That's for Sinner. Keep hitting first serves.
So again, Berrettini looking very sharp when needed. I think he's got top 10 in him again, singles-wise, Berrettini.
Yes, I do. Stays fit. I know some people say, yeah, but he hasn't stayed fit for last 3 years or so, so why would it next year? But I think in terms of the level, it's absolutely there, yes.
He's as 6 in the world, he's the big man. It's been a while, though.
Serving out. Let's see. It's not a lot of pace, is it?
No, it's not.
It feels like they're starting to get into a rhythm on the returns. I think there was a little skip from Berrettini when this left his racket. I think he thought he'd got it right. I think he thought it was going to drop in.
Probably wasn't alone.
I think he's got to go line, Sinner. One's coming, surely. It's again That's a great return if the net player doesn't move.
Calmly done.
40-15. 15.
Pretty calm captain, Guillermo Correa.
Been in that position for a couple of years now. Taking over from Gaston Gaudio, who held that role previously. Magnificent stuff. Molteni hanging on with everything he had.
Well, sometimes it's just showboating, but I think in this situation, it was probably the shot that he needed to play. Oh. Senna did go line with the return.
Step from Berrettini for once, and it's Argentina will hang on to the early lead in the second.
Tiempo.
2016, the year that Argentina won the Davis Cup for the first and only time. So far, memorable scenes in Zagreb. Here's a bit of trivia for you. Who were the two players in that fifth rubber that day?
Well, I know it was Karlovic.
Yeah. Halfway there.
And I know it was the lefty. Tall lefty, 6'4". With a slightly unorthodox lefty serve, but he got the job done. And I've got, you know who I'm thinking, and you're just laughing at me.
I think you just...
And it's not Peya. I even remember he had a great match with Murray at Indian Wells.
You're stringing this out, aren't
and it was 7-6 in the third.
Can't get to that one. Shall I tell you? Or are you going to get there in the end?
Well, I'll get there, but it'll probably be tomorrow. It'll actually probably be at 4 o'clock in the morning when I wake up and go, yeah, that's it.
Federico Del Bonis.
Oh, that's it. You should have just let me stew for a bit longer.
I should. Talk about being a national hero. Because Del Potro had actually won the fourth rubber that day in 5 sets against Cilic. Half of the stadium that day was from Argentina. Extraordinary. Making that trip to a cold Zagreb in November to finally see them win the trophy. looking like that's going to happen here right now, though.
It is surprising, given all the great players they've had over the years, that was the first and only time.
Yeah, finalists on a few occasions, haven't they?
Oh, I remember Mar del Plata against Spain. It was rocking that weekend. Oh, lovely volley. There was also the one in Seville, because that became relevant this week because Nadal talked about that. Oh, it's beautifully played.
Go to love. 40-0. Hold to love.
Good on serving this set. Motoring through another game as we look for our first break of the second. Sixth time. Italy winning the last meeting in Bologna.
It's a 15 long.
Every single service game, they've won the opening point of the Italians.
Gonzalez. 15-all.
Just got to try and find a little bit of magic here of Gonzalez and Molteni. They are going to break. How are they going to win 4 points? As you might get one, possibly two with an error, but you have to come up with something. It's not as if they're getting a look at too many second serve. That's also a bit of an issue. It's not like they can impose their game. They've just been outgunned so far in Italian service games.
Berrettini managed that nicely, and Molteni just didn't see it coming.
It's actually a really good volley. He intended to hit it there, down to low to Molteni.
Just too much from Sinner again. The more volleys they hit, the more they have to defend the net, aren't they? And the more difficult it becomes.
Because that forehand's become more of the prominent shot in the point. It's been good tonight so far for the opening 62 minutes, Berrettini.
Super.
Again, that's a great example of the net man doing his job. If he doesn't commit to that, this is going to be a brilliant return, arguably a winning return.
Berrettini, 30-15.
When you hit the body serve, you need to hit it with pace, don't you? And it was just a little short of that, and because of that, Berrettini was able to get a good look at the return.
30 all.
I don't think he's aiming there. I think it probably just caught it slightly late, Sinner, and it almost won him the point.
Kasparov with a good hold of serve. 4-3, they lead.
Ponga todo su empeño. Respete al adversario, al que está enfrente, al que lleva dentro. Redefina las líneas en cada vista. Encuentre en la adversidad el auténtico valor de la victoria.
Last team to defend the title in the Davis Cup was actually the Czech Republic. It was back in 2013. They defended the title. They won, of course, beating Spain and Serbia, respectively, in the finals. Stepanek and Burdick were the main protagonists for the Czechs those years. Stepanek got the most out of himself in the Davis Cup, didn't he?
15.
Well, they had all that success with a two-man team. Croatia won it with a two-man team as well, didn't they?
Yeah, interesting.
Ljubicic and Ancic.
Yeah, just to finish the point on that as well, of course, Stepanek actually won the fifth rubber in both finals. Talk about gutsy. Beat out Magro and Laovic. Both those finals in the fifth match. Incredible. Volley of his career, but a love hold, and once again proving impenetrable on their own serve.
Gracias.
That's great serve. Served well in the first. He's been near perfect so far in the second. 17 of 21 first serves have gone in. That's what sort of number is going to require if they keep holding serve against the two Italians.
First service.
To see off Berrettini in that rally, who was teeing off.
He absolutely wanted it, crucially, did Gonzalez. It's not just the pace that Berrettini puts on the ball, but he's also got that dip as well.
limited today in the doubles off the return. He really has. He's been handcuffed to an extent, hasn't he?
Well, they kept mixing it up, not just with the serve, but with the net player as well. Set into any rhythm, really.
There though, made the most of it.
Quite know what happened here with Gonzalez. Just maybe didn't pick the ball up.
Second set. It's been a serve-dominated affair. Can they break to take us into the third?
Just listen to them. So raining down to the Andalusian crash.
Games in this set, we've only had 8 points won by the returning teams, respectively. It's been that sort of affair so far. Berrettini lost two in their own deal. That looks simple.
But in fact, they've only lost 2 points in the last eight service games. So, of course, Berrettini lost 4 in his opening service game.
See on the hat there, the FIT, of course, the Federación Internacional de Tennis. The P is for paddle, because they actually attached paddle to their federation name about a year ago.
Flat. Second service. Por favor.
Win one of the opening 2 points just to put a bit of pressure, create a little bit of a stir. I think they've got to take a risk here. If you're Molteni, just gamble. Cover wide or cover middle. Aim that return down the line. Straight at the net man. Well, in truth, that's what he's been doing in his last 22 sets of singles tennis.
Why change it now? So well as to get that out of his body.
Just another 3 of those, Nick, and they've broken.
Gracias.
Easy pickings and low-hanging fruit for Berrettini. Made some inroads, but stopped in their tracks.
And really the theme of the match, realistically, and we said it at the start, if they are to win 2 sets, it's more than likely they're going to have to win them in tie breaks. The Argentinians, well, one more service hold, they will be at least in a tie-break. And then it really is up for grabs. Because it's only 1 point, isn't it, on the return?
Often you see Sinner react like that after a miss, but that speaks to the frustration he feels now.
But he's hitting 50% less returns than he would in singles. And actually probably even more because he hasn't got into many returning games either.
Yeah.
But again, what they've done at the net, netman has always been looking for that ball. Talk about Sinner hitting big forehands, but statistically it's usually Berrettini who leads the tour of heavyweight forehands, and you can see why. My goodness, he didn't even pick that up. How fast that arm is. The best leave he'll ever have.
Never in doubt, was it?
Yeah. Thank you, Yannick, for hitting the ball so hard. Play at a miss.
You say, I will help you out at some point, partner.
Grazie.
Well, he had to take evasive action. He's got a bruise for his troubles as well as Molteni. And more pressingly, the Argentines have got to fend off a break point here.
Well, right now, you do not want to feed that forehand.
Grazie, per favore. Wait, please. Wait, please.
Fabulous stuff from the Italians. Berrettini laid the foundations and finishing touches. Setting a break. Just brutal.
Even down, hit the ball even harder. But initially just the ability to try and stay in the point. And then Sinner just unloading with an almighty forehand drive volley.
Which was probably going out anyway.
No, that was Berrettini's game, though, wasn't it?
I mean, it's been Berrettini's match, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, he has been absolutely brilliant. I mean, Sinner's played well, but Berrettini has been the MVP.
On the brink of victory. They have been so dominant on serve of this pair throughout the course of the hour and 22. Italy serving for a place in the last four. Of a starring role as Berrettini played tonight. He has been at the top of his game. Worth noting, he hasn't played a doubles match in 18 months, incredibly. You wouldn't have known it, what he's produced out here.
Gonzalez. 15 all. Gracias.
Cushion finish, and there was no one home. The change to the lineup for the Italians looks like it's going to pay dividends. Come from behind victory for the defending champions. Puts them back in the semi-finals of the Davis Cup. On the back foot early on. was a lot to like in that doubles performance, particularly from Matteo Berrettini, who, I guess you could argue, played a starring role. Certainly felt that way from our vantage point. Massetti was outplayed by Cerundolo, who perhaps the singles performance of the week. Too good for Baez, thought that might be the case. Doesn't really have the pedigree at the moment on this surface against the elite particularly. And Sinner winning in just over an hour in that one. And then, as we have just seen, coming in for the doubles and coming in to seal the tie for the Italians. Disappointment for Argentina, but it's been a good journey. A journey that could so easily have seen them go out in February to Kazakhstan, having saved the 2 match points in the decisive match. They held on, they made it through in Manchester in unlikely circumstances as well. Indoor hard courts. They did a good job. And they have been able to make an impression here, but they are ultimately going home. Tough defeat. We'll be hearing from them in about a couple of minutes from now. They've just got to do a couple of post interviews before we hear from them. Argentina do have some good depth as well. They'll be hoping, I'm sure, for a good run next year. They've got 6 players in the top 100 now, so they've got good quality to call upon. And Australia will play in what will be a repeat of last year's final. Final, of course, that in the end Italy were able to dominate, with Sinner beating Alex Di Menar in that final to seal Italy's 2nd ever Davis Cup title. The first semi-final will be tomorrow. Just a reminder, it'll be it'll be Netherlands against Germany. With Botik van der Sandskog and Talon Griekspoor. Taking on Jan Lennard Struff and, one would imagine, Daniel Altmaier in the singles. 5 o'clock start for tomorrow's semi-final. So let's go downstairs. About time we heard from the winners. Barry Cowan speaking to Berrettini and co.
Matteo, I'm going to start with you. You were team last year watching. How much does that mean to you to come out and play as well as you did, the big doubles?
Yeah, it's so special. You know, last year I was so happy to be here as well, but, you know, it's a different feeling when you can step on court and, you know, enjoy playing with the best guy in the world and the best player in the world. It's always, you know, a big honor to be part of the team. It's not an easy choice for the captain. There are so many good players, so I had to work really hard, you know, to get a spot. But I'm really proud of myself, everything I've been through, and you know, these guys make everything easier. So I'm really happy to be here.
Yannick, another big day for you. First with singles, and then you put your hand up for the doubles. Was that always going to be the case? And how did the doubles go for you?
No, I think, you know, as Matteo said, we have some very good choices to put on the court. We have one unbelievable doubles team. You know, doubles can happen, everything. So today was this choice because I played, you know, the first match and it was not that long on the court, so I felt physically ready. But, you know, this can change every day. And, you know, obviously I'm here trying to do the best I can in the singles. You know, if they put me on the court in doubles, you know, it's I also try there my best, and he played unbelievable today, Matteo. You know, he carried me today, so I'm very happy about his performance, also my performance, and yeah, happy to be in the semis.
I'm going to ask you the question. Maybe Matteo wants to jump in, but we've seen you hit big forehands this year. What about Matteo's couple of his forehands at 5-all?
No, that's what I said. He carried me today on court, so I'm very happy. I mean, I know how hard he is working, you know, to come back. He was very unfortunate at moments in his career, and you know, I wish him only the best. But you know, in this team competition, we are good friends. We try to make our country, you know, happy, you know, showing up here, and you know, as we saw, this means so much to us. So very happy to play doubles with him. It's a big honor.
Great team effort, guys. I'll now speak to your captain, Filippo. Congratulations. Yeah, you're done. Yeah, congratulations. Your thoughts on that epic doubles?
Yeah, they made an unbelievable double, especially Matteo. I have to be really proud about these guys, all the guys who played, who didn't play. We have an unbelievable team. We know how to manage as a team, and we did.
Was it a tough decision to throw Matteo in? I don't think he's played doubles for a year and a half.
For me, it's always a tough decision. I have at least 8-9 players. They all deserve to be part of this team. I have to choose 4-5, then I have to choose who's going to play singles, then who's going to play doubles. I always have to make these tough decisions, but I'm happy and proud to make it.
You keep getting the decisions right. I'll just ask you about Yannick and his singles. I mean, it's unbelievable the level that he's playing. I think it's now 22 sets in a row in singles he's won, and he delivered again in doubles.
And he never practiced on this court since he's arrived. He never touched this court. He never came into this stadium until he arrived. We didn't have the chance to practice for him in this court, and I think in 3 minutes he was perfectly comfortable on court. So it's a special one.
Well done to Italy.
Thank you.
Yeah, very interesting from Filippo Vallandri that